In many families, it can be something of a family joke, but snoring is really no laughing matter. It can keep the snorer, bed partner, even others in the house awake, and that's what happened to my guest, Larry Twersky, a member of the Board of Directors for Oral Health America and a member of the National Periodontal Disease Coalition. You grew up in a family, Larry, watching your father struggle with this. He had, he was impatient and tired during the day, right, because of what happened at night.
My dad would come home so tired at night from working because he was so exhausted because he never got a great night's sleep. I was the kid who wanted to go out and play ball, you know, and just sit down and go, Dad, come on, let's go out. But he was so tired, he'd sit on the couch and within 5 minutes, he'd fall asleep. And then, you know, back then I was the remote control for the TV set, right? I'd have to get up and get down. And so I'd have to always keep getting up and turning it up louder and louder because the more he snored, the more it got to the room where we couldn't even hear the shows we were watching. And so every morning he'd come back and he'd be tired and he'd never get a great night's sleep.
So now that got you interested in ways to take care of this problem, which has been linked to so many other health problems, from heart disease to ADHD. Some people think there's a link. Tell me about what's your #1 way to cure the snoring that can keep people awake at night?
Well, the first thing you should do before you try to cure it is to get tested. And this is a product called a sleep apnea test. And basically you need to know the difference between sleep apnea and snoring because there's a lot of programs that want to take snoring by itself. But if you get tested and you verify that it's sleep apnea, this will tell you that it's not just an annoyance, it's a medical issue, which is what you just talked about. And then you can do things like these oral appliances. This is what a dentist does, and it's very unknown, and these are great things that you can look at. Snoring and sleep apnea can be solved a lot of the times by just a small appliance and not those big machines.
And this is like almost like a splint for the tongue, correct? It keeps the tongue in place?
It doesn't keep necessarily the tongue in place. This is what the tongue does. This is one called an Avio TSD, and it looks almost like a baby binky, and it just keeps your tongue forward. But most of the time, dentists will do these mouth guards that basically hold your jaw forward, and it allows you to breathe better at night. You might need some other tools, but the doctor is your best person to go through it. And if you don't have a doctor, you can always call us at 1-800-SNORING to try to fix your problem. But we'll find you the right professional to help you. And most of the time, a dentist can make this device that holds your jaw forward because it falls back at night when you fall asleep. And even when you drink alcohol, right? When you drink alcohol, somebody says, I only snore when I drink. And so that happens when you do that. So we can find that, and that will solve the problem a lot, is by just having an oral appliance that a dentist can make, and it's usually prescribed by a doctor.
Okay, it's great advice because a lot of people don't like the idea of having to wear a mask at night, and something like this, almost like a retainer, is so much easier. So Larry Twersky, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for the great advice. We're also going to have this story on our website, KSDK.com, so our viewers will be able to see the interview all over again and get a lot of information.
And all I can ask is that they get tested, and hopefully they'll get treated. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.